Hello friends, my name is Katie from Eternal Flame, and today I thought I'd share with you a Lex chat and flip through in my Hobonichi Weeks for 2025. So if you're interested in a quick check-in of where I am in planning for 2025, seeing some of my weekly spreads, please stick around. Thanks everyone. Before we get right into it today, I of course wanted to take a quick moment to thank y'all so very much for taking the time to join me today. As always, I very much appreciate your engagement, so if you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And of course, if you like this video, I would so very much appreciate it if you just let me know by giving it a thumbs up and making sure you're subscribed. Alrighty friends, so I am just doing a quick flip through of basically the first half of my year in my Hobonichi Weeks. I will be completely transparent with you all. I actually missed 2 to 3 months in this planner, so I will show you that in one moment here. So I drifted off completely starting in April, May, and then to the end of June. I started to pick up in the end, I think the last couple of spreads in June, so mid-June into July, and I've been doing okay. So today I'm actually going to take some time after this video to probably do a plan with me in this 30th week here. So if you're interested in checking that out, this week just started. I actually took the day off to catch my breath, and that seems to be the only time that I get any planning in. But I just wanted to share that with you all. So if you're looking for a buddy, you have one in me. I am one that is a little bit behind. I have noticed, and I don't know how you all feel about it, but I feel like planning is a pretty important core part of my mental health. I think it's a great way I have really bad memory, and so I guess let me start off by saying I have been keeping up with my A5 size take a note. This is my personal everyday carry. I really enjoy the monthly spread, so I'll just share this with you. And I want to bring this up because I'm about to sit down with my husband and start to show him the way, basically trying to convince him to convert. Okay, good, this is not personal. So this is what the monthly spread looks like. I really love the size, as you can tell from my handwriting that you guys are probably pretty familiar with by now. It seems to be very, I guess, the grid spacing seems to be perfect for my handwriting, which I'm a little concerned about with my husband because he has a different needs, I guess, as a planner, but I wanted to at least share it with him because based on some feedback from a previous video and one of your comments, I decided that I think I'm going to place an order for the A5 size take a note next year from their site directly, and I was wondering if my husband would like to also give it a shot and trade in his normal A5 size Hobonichi cousin. So it'll be a hard sale, but what I love about it is I love the layout. I love that I can use both the top and the bottom to track my monthly goals. I usually break it up into different sections, for example, home, garden, farm. I used to track work goals, but now I just track that on one note. And over here on the left, this is what I use to track my weekly goals, which has been really helpful. My husband and I, despite the craziness that has been in our lives, we've set aside time every week to plan together, plan out like our goals for the week. So this has been really helpful. I usually try to keep it to 5, but sometimes we go a little beyond that. And quite honestly, when we do, we don't end up finishing all of our goals, but that's okay because then we just migrate it to the next week. But I found it really helpful to be more intentional about setting aside time for us to plan together. Just to give you an idea of what the weekly daily spreads look like. So this is a lot thinner than the Hobonichi cousin. I'm just sharing this with you because I just had this conversation with my husband. And let me know if you guys want a direct comparison. I'll see if I can borrow his cousin, but it's also his everyday carry personal planner, so we'll have to see. But so instead of having let me see if I can remember. Instead of having what is it called? So it's the year at a glance, and then it has the weeklies and then the dailies, like a page per day. This one has the weeklies in with the dailies, and it's not one page per daily, which I find a lot less intimidating, especially with my tiny handwriting. So what I typically do is I've been keeping up with the monthlies, and then at the beginning of every week, I like to lay out my week on the left side here. And then as I progress through the week and go through the day, I like to keep those updates here in the general time blocked area. So for example, and I can just show you, oh, I can't actually show you this week because it's personal, but for today, I would express that. So today I actually took off, but what I would have done is I went into the office on Monday. I would use my Zig Clean Color dot marker and Fawn to just mark that that's the day I went in. And then on Monday, I would actually just confirming that I actually went to work that day. I would use the same marker and kind of highlight the 13th here just to reiterate that I went into the office. Over here, I would typically track leave. So today is a Tuesday. It's not October, but I would write leave here and then I could rewrite it here. What I found helpful, or what I've done in the past, is keep track of my meals. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner up top. What I've been doing lately is actually just writing in here that we took a stop at Wegmans to get breakfast. Sometimes we pick up lunch and things like that, or we run an errand like going to Costco in the afternoon. And so I would keep track of that in bold lettering here. Basically keeping track of our appointments and major chores. So anyways, I'm going to set this aside. These are some of the die cut stickers. This is how I like to use them. I save them up and I plan to do that again in 2026. Okay, so back to the Hobonichi Weeks for 25. The last week I did here was actually the 29th. It is currently the week of the 30th, which I'm actually a little proud of. So I'm going to go ahead and use this little Chirato clip. I think this is the orange color to mark this spread here. I am planning to come back and probably film a plan with me and the spread. So if you're interested, definitely make sure you're subscribed. I will hopefully post that shortly. So I just set this one up and I've been trying to simplify my spreads a little bit. I'll be really honest with you all. I just recently did a pretty big Sticky Club haul. You'll see that here with these stickers. It was about 100 and change. And what I committed to was actually ending all of my sticker subscriptions and just buying stickers that I know that I love. I was a little naughty and I bought the 30 sticker sheet mystery pack from Sticky Club. So I did end up with some that I don't love. But what I've committed to is making sure that I give those away so that I don't clutter up my artistic space, if that makes sense. I know. So the theme here was a lot of Sticky Club stickers. I love kittens and I've been getting a lot of flowers from the garden lately. I'm a little frustrated because we have 11 sheep and we're totally overwhelmed. They basically free roam every day and they've been eating all of my plants and my flowers included. So one of my favorite flowers are actually Black-Eyed Susans, which I grew from seed successfully by I don't know what chance, and they have eaten all of them, and every time they come out they continue to eat them, but I'm trying to be patient and tell myself that at least the sheep are happy and healthy and really well fed. I also have some calendula, so I find that these flowers look very similar to those two. And I have also been really enjoying sharing plant cuttings with my coworkers. Now that we're back in the office, we're inspiring each other to invest a little bit of time and excitement in our workspace, since we have to spend so much more time together and in those office homes, I would say. So that was basically the inspiration for the week. Of course, I love my cats, and so you'll see I use one of my favorite cat themed sticker sheets from the Sticky Club here. So I journaled a little bit using this Sarasa Grand pen, one of my very favorites. If I had to pick this is a really, really bold statement. If I had to pick one pen in my whole collection to get, hi Soph, she's saying hi to you all. She's so cute. She's a tabby that I picked up when I first moved to Maryland many years ago, and she's just a sweetheart. I would pick this pen. You can get it on Amazon. I'll see if I can remember to link it down below for you all. It comes in all different colors, and if I'm feeling down one day, I might treat myself to like a dusty blue color. I think they have as well, just to expand my collection. But I actually got this from my brother when he first visited Japan. It was very sweet of him. He bought me all of the stationery things. And it just happens to really go well with my spread and my little card here, live in awe. That's a nice reminder. And honestly, I haven't looked at this card forever. This was also from Amazon, so I'll see if I can link it down below. I remember it's a Katie Daisy, probably like some type of card. It comes in a whole stack, and I picked this one for the year as inspiration. I thought it went well with the Hobonichi that I have for 25, as you can see here. And then I have some matching things here from the Sticky Club that I also ignore. But this was supposed to be my inspiration for the year. And this is funny because this is actually what it looks like in my backyard. I don't have northern lights, but we have recently had a bunch of fireflies come out in July here in Maryland. And we have a ton of really big trees. Not pine trees, but you kind of get it. It's the same vibes. I wish I had these flowers though. Do you guys know what flower this is? If you do, can you please leave it in the comment section down below? Thank you. Alrighty, so that's about it. I journaled, about slowing down and taking a breath, which my husband and I have been trying to do for many, many years now. Our friends come over for our birthday every year. They are so sweet. And we just set a fire and hang out by the fire pit. It's not even a real fire pit. It's like an old chimney. And just have all the fun. Usually we have s'mores. And they always ask us a few questions. I think it's 3 questions. I can't remember what they are. But it's like your fondest memory of the year, your biggest regret, what you look forward to in the following year, some things like that. And every year my husband says that he regrets not being able to slow down and enjoy living in the moment. And I do too, honestly. I'm not as insightful as for that to be my answer to those questions. But I think my husband and I are tired of always having that be our regret and on our list. And for once in many, many years now, we are finally, I think, finding that happy place of being able to slow down and enjoy life. And so I just listed a few things that might help us be a romantic and make the mundane fun, give joy and love to others often, and make time for the ones that you love. That for me, that includes my family, but also like somewhere in this list includes our pets that I love very much. I have a lot of pets, but I notice that sometimes I don't make enough time to, for example, visit the donkeys, who are very, very sociable animals and love even our herdsire sheep. His name is Elijah Ballator. He came named already, but he is the sweetest. He was a bottle baby, and he comes running, but I just want to make sure that I make enough time for all of our pets, including Sophie here. Alrighty here, so 28th week here, you can see I use the same pen. It just has such a nice, it just glides, the ink just glides out of the pen. It's such a nice writing experience. I used a lot of my Happy Planner stickers before I got the latest Sticky Club haul. And so you'll see that reflected here. I've just been journaling and keeping track of all the animals and our harvest. We are finally getting some things out of our garden. As long as we can keep both the chickens and the sheep away from the garden, I think we'll be okay. I'm very nervous because we have no fencing right now and we're relying on like garden netting. Over here, I just kept track of some lunch dates that I had with coworkers, my boss, my husband, things like that. I used some of these Happy Planner stickers from the, I think, summer set to keep track of going to the movies. We didn't actually go to the movies. We don't do that anymore. I think it's been like over 10 years before since my husband and I have been to an actual movie theater. But anyways, we binge watched a few movies. I think it was Pitch 1, 2, and 3 in like the wrong order. It was so interesting. It was just free on TV. And it was very memorable for me because it's very rare that my husband will make time to watch a movie with me. Usually by the time he gets to bed, he is just exhausted. And it's not because he doesn't want to spend time with me. Because of my autoimmune disease, I spend a lot of time, I'm forced now to spend a lot of time resting. And because of that, he has to make up for a lot of the things that I cannot do. So in being more productive, like it's not like I'm not mad at him for it. It just happens to, yeah, anyways, I think you guys get the point. So here was the week of July 4th, and so I marked that here. It's a really big holiday for my family. It's one of our favorite holidays. I'm not embarrassed, but I think, yeah, I think I've told you guys basically every year, July 4th is like one of our favorite holidays. Of course, there's Christmas and Thanksgiving, which is all about friends and family. And so we do love that as well. But if we take all that out of it, I would say July 4th is definitely one of the favorites. It's interesting because it's also really hot, like incredibly hot. And I really don't like to sweat, and I seem to be allergic to the sun. But despite all of that, we love the 4th of July, and this year was really great. We got to spend it with some of our closest friends. Over here for the 26th week, I got to use all of these stickers, but really, I don't know how I tied them in together. So this was actually a Midori sticker sheet, Archer and Olive, Coffee Monsters Co., a DIY sticker, and then Simply Gilded. Those are all very, very different, but somehow I was able to tie it together to mark Nikki's birthday and just some things that I wanted to do. I don't think I actually achieved tea time, but yeah, goals for the rest of 2025. And then I'm gonna end it here today. This is the 25th week here, and the first, I guess, week that I started again after taking several months off. I felt really guilty about skipping these months, but I am trying to make peace with that and hope that if you guys are in a similar situation, this will make you feel better. I was actually really proud of myself with this spread. It was mostly made of my old sticker books, mainly my Coffee Monsters Co. sticker sheets. So you can see that here, the Poppy set, I think from 2024. I have not bought the ones for 25. They're so gorgeous. Poppies are some of my favorite flowers that I have yet to successfully grow in my own garden, which is okay. I'm hoping next year I have a better cut flower garden. And then the rest of these stickers came from my Happy Planner sticker book, which is the garden set, which is absolutely one of my favorites. And you can see that here. I wish I had these flowers in my garden, but what really inspired it and made me choose that sticker book was these beautiful butterflies that have popped up everywhere. So anyways, friends, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I have missed this greatly and hope you enjoyed it. If you lasted this long, I would very much appreciate it if you let me know, gave me some encouragement by giving this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, friends.